Alright y'all, I wasn't even gonna do this video because the last one ended so badly, or just like was done so badly, but I'm gonna try again. We will see what happens. My hair is a mess today. I apologize. So these are going to be the March releases, and I have confirmed them as March releases. I don't know what happened to me last month, but these are going to be the March releases. I'm going to do them in order by when they come out. I think by the time this video comes out, everything on the 3rd will have obviously already come out. But let's just jump right into it, okay? So the first book I really don't know much about. It is Anna K by Jenny Lee, and I don't know much about it because I do not know anything about Anna Karenina, but I know that this is like a modern retelling of Anna Karenina, and I'm still pretty excited, or like looking forward to it coming out. I know this was a book of the month for last month, so if you already got your hands on it, way to go you. And then but that is really all I know about it. But yeah, so that one comes out on the 3rd. So the next book we have coming out on the 3rd is Docile by K.M. Sparaza. I don't know, it's S-Z-P-A-R-A. This is a science fiction novel. I'm going to read you a little bit from the blurb because I thought it was really interesting. It says, Docile is a science fiction parable about love, sex, wealth, and debt, abuse, and power. A challenging tour de force that at turns seduces and startles. Which, what? That's great. But this follows a man, Elijah, who is trying to free his family from past debt. And in this world, there is a debt system where you can become a docile to pay off your debt. But you have to take a drug, I think is what it's supposed to be. And it's called, I didn't write it down, but you take this drug and he doesn't want anything to do with this drug. He's going to try to do this whole thing without the drug. But then he ends up being the docile for the family who created the system or is in charge of this system, and the guy cannot understand why you would want to do this. This is like what had made his family famous, and why wouldn't you want this? It sounds like a great thing. And so it follows the story of what happens between them. So I'm pretty excited. I have heard one review on this already, and it said it was put out as a romance, but it doesn't seem from the synopsis like a romance. So I think going into this knowing that it's science fiction and not really romancy will make it a little bit better for me, but I'm not sure. Who knows? And the next book that I have on this list is The Two Lives of Lydia Byrd. And this is by Josie Silver, and it's a contemporary romance about a woman whose significant other dies, and her grieving the death of her significant other, and then finding this way to travel between universes, and she can go from the universe that she lives in where her significant other has died, and a universe where her significant other has not died. And she keeps traveling back and forth between these worlds, and eventually she ends up meeting someone in the real world, or her real world, and it makes her question whether she wants to stay in her real world or really transfer over to the world where her significant other is not dead. Yeah. The next release for March 3rd is We Ride Upon Sticks by Quan Berry. It is a YA historical fiction, but I think it takes place in the present as well as the past. But it follows a girls' hockey team as they delve into magic to make it so that they can win at their finals, which I think is a great story. It definitely talks about witchcraft within the community. I think they're from Salem, which is where like the witchcraft comes from, and they're drawing from the witchcraft of another group of girls that they have learned about in the past. So that's where the historical fiction comes in. I just love that it's like a girls' hockey team, and they're like, we're gonna win this, and we're gonna win it no matter what. But that is another one that comes out on the 3rd. Another one that comes out on the 3rd is Chain of Gold, which I know a lot of people are excited about. This is the new series by Cassandra Clare. I don't know why I have such a hard time. It's probably just because it's like CC and my mouth is like, nah. But it is a YA fantasy. If you don't know about like all of the Shadowhunter novels, this is a new book in the Shadowhunter world, I guess, and I don't really know where it falls because I haven't been following the Shadowhunter world pretty much since high school, but I am trying to catch up on it, so I am pretty excited about this release. But it is a new set of books within the world, and this one I really don't want to follow or like go into too much because I don't know if it's spoilers for any of the other series, so I don't want to know about it, but we're pretty excited. So that is another one that comes out on the 3rd. So, what else comes out on the 3rd is the new Ren Chipeco book, Wicked As You Wish. And I saw I think it was a Fairy Loot unboxing, and it had an arc in it, and I am jealous of everyone who got that box. I haven't read anything by Ren Chipeco, but everything has come highly recommended by her, and I am reading the first Bone Witch book in March, so I'll know what I've been missing out on. But this one is not part of that series. So it is about I think like a kingdom who has been transplanted from their kingdom to Arizona. And it's like the small town in Arizona where there's no such thing really as magic. And the prince is the sole survivor of the royal family. And he is in charge of making sure that his townspeople make it through. And then one day, I think a phoenix shows up on their doorstep, and then it leads them back into their realm where they are going to try to defeat the Snow Queen and try to take back their homeland, which is a great story. The Snow Queen gave me a little bit of Narnia vibes, but who doesn't love Narnia? I'm really excited about this one where like Arizona meets mythical. I don't know why that's so interesting to me, but it is. So that is another one that is coming out on the 3rd. We have a lot of releases on the 3rd, so get your wallets ready. The next book that is coming out on the 3rd, almost to the end of the 3rd, guys, but the next one that's coming out is Havenfall by Sarah Holland. This is another YA fantasy, and it is about a village, I think, where her uncle lives, and she gets to go there every summer, and she met the love of her life there, which I think he's some sort of mythical creature. I'm not positive, but over this summer that we're going to experience with her, a murder happens which breaks all of the rules that the place has established. And she has to deal with these things. I think her uncle is injured, and so her uncle can't help her. And it's her taking over the rules and being like, we gotta figure out what's happening. So I am also excited for that one. If you've read Fablehaven, it gives me, from the synopsis, a lot of Fablehaven vibes. So I did like Fablehaven, and I hope to like this one. This one is another one that deals with magic, coming out on the 3rd, and it is When We Were Magic by Sarah Gailey. And this one follows a group of girls who are witches, and they go to prom, and some unfortunate events happen around their witchcraft, and a boy ends up dying, and they try to fix the events, I guess, or I can't imagine they bring this boy back, try to bring the boy back to life, but that could be one of the only other explanations for what this is. And they have to come to terms with each part of how they led to the tragic events and how they tried to help, and how those things that they thought were going to help didn't actually help. So that is another one, and I don't know much about it. I had just heard about this, so that's how it ended up on this list, but that is really all I know about it. And then on the 10th of March, we actually have 2 books coming out, which is significantly less than on the 3rd. But we have A Phoenix First Must Burn, and I think the main author for it is Patrice Cadwell, and this is fantasy anthologies. And I am just going to read the straight synopsis from the book because it is, I think, maybe the best description for it. So it says, the authors have woven worlds to create a stunning narrative that centers Black women and gender non-conforming individuals. A Phoenix First Must Burn will take you on a journey from folktales retold to futuristic societies and everything in between. Filled with stories of love and betrayal, strength and resistance, this collection contains an array of complex and true-to-life characters in which you cannot help but see yourself reflected. Witches and scientists, sisters and lovers, priests and rebels, the heroines of A Phoenix First Must Burn shine brightly. You will never forget them. That sounds amazing. I'm not usually into anthologies, but this one sounds like it's just the exact anthology I need to start my anthology life on. So I'm pretty excited for that one to come out on the 10th. So the second book that comes out on the 10th is In 5 Years by Rebecca Searley. It is a contemporary romance, and it follows the story of a woman who falls asleep and has this dream about her life in 5 years, and there is a different romance and a different house and all of these things that do not belong to her and are not the idea of what she had in mind. And then I think the dream lasts maybe about an hour, and then she wakes up back in her normal life with the now fiance, with the job promotion she just got. But then we skip ahead forward 4.5 years, and she meets the man that she had in this long forgotten dream. And it sounds pretty interesting because I like when dreams are put into stories. I think it makes it an interesting concept about how our dreams affect our real life. And I think I'm gonna like this one. So that one comes out on the 10th of March as well. So this last one that comes out in March is kind of one I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to or not. I think it's an interesting topic, but it pries a little bit upon someone else's life, and I'm not sure. I have never read a retelling of this specific story. So the book is called Darling Rose Gold by Stephanie Robo, and it is a thriller, but it follows the life of a girl who has been held captive by her mother and has been told that she's sick and that she is incapable and she has to have her mother around, and something happens and I think the mom dies. This is obviously a Gypsy Rose retelling, and like I said, I'm unsure about it because it kind of makes money on the fact that Gypsy was abused by her mother and subsequently had her mother murdered. But I don't know, it's interesting, and I know there are other Gypsy Rose stories out there, but this is the first one that I've been like able to see at a release, so I'm interested to see what the feedback is, and I'm interested to try it myself. So we will see what happens. That one again comes out on March 17th. So those are all of the books that I am looking forward to coming out in March. Let me know if you are looking forward to any of them, and if there's any that I missed that you think I should know about, definitely let me know in the comments. I will link all of the Goodreads or maybe the Amazon links in the description below. But that is all I have for you today. So thanks for stopping by, and we will see you next time.